Mujib Rahimi, he is the spokesperson for the Afghan chief executive. Thanks so much for taking the time to speak to us. Let me ask generally where you really stand on this. And do you think the U.S. government has put the loss of one American soldier ahead of the well-being of all the Afghan people?
The government of Afghanistan and also the people of Afghanistan wanted and still are in favor of a lasting and durable peace in Afghanistan. We supported the latest efforts by our international allies, especially by the United States of America and its special envoy for peace. The Afghan government never was an obstacle, and it full-heartedly supported the efforts. But the Taliban, on one hand, were negotiating with the United States of America, and on the other hand, they were continuing their offensive and their suicide attacks against the people of Afghanistan and also against the government. On the other hand, they were refusing to sit directly with the Afghan government or with the representatives of the Afghan government and political parties to negotiate a peace deal. So from our side, from the government point of view, we are still in favor of peace, in favor of direct talks, but the Taliban should commit themselves to reducing violence, stop attacking major cities and civilian targets in Afghanistan, and at the same time commit themselves to a direct talk with the Afghan government and with our representatives to reach comprehensive peace deals.
Right. It sounds a bit like you're just saying the Taliban has been somewhat duplicitous throughout this process. And right now they're saying the United States is actually, their troops are being evacuated, not withdrawn. They want to put a slant on this, that the United States has actually been defeated. And that these attacks, they feel, are giving them the leverage they need to keep winning the war against the U.S. and against your government. How is that playing out, not just among your levels, but among the Afghan people?
We have a legitimate elected government in Afghanistan, elected institutions in Afghanistan. In the last 18 years, there are major changes in Afghanistan. The society is standing back on its feet after the suffering, major suffering under the Taliban regime and the brutalities they had committed. Afghanistan is a changed society. So at the first place, they are, the Taliban and its associates are terrorist groups who are fighting against the legitimate government. And there was an initiative, an effort to enter dialogue and find a political solution to this conflict, to this long conflict in this part of the world. So we supported that. It has been supported in the last 18 years, and still the official policy of the government is that we are open to talks and negotiations, but it does not mean that we will surround to the Taliban and to its terrorist ambitions and plans. They have been defeated. They were not able to capture a major city, a province in the last 18 years. If there is an advance by the Taliban in any part of the country, that advance has been repelled back by our military forces. We are fighting them in all parts of the country. But at the same time, we are open to talks.
Right.
If the Taliban are planning or aiming to or willing to impose their will through military means or committing terrorist attacks, I can assure you and the people of Afghanistan that they will never succeed.
Unfortunately, Mujib Rahimi, we're going to have to leave it there. We're out of time for this segment. Thank you so much for joining us on TRT World. We greatly appreciate it.